I think that sometimes filmmakers, we are driven with fears and we are caught up in our insecurities and we try to hide our potential, our creativities. So we do things the usual way, try to blend in. After watching The Whale, the film is produced by the company A24. If you know their films, they are really nice. The Whale is directed by Darren Aronofsky, if I'm not mistaken his name, and it's shot by Matthew Lebatique. It's a very good cinematographer. It's the same cinematographer that shot the film The Star is Born by Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, if you saw that film also. And Mother was my favorite. Matthew Lebatique shot also my favorite film, Straight Outta Compton. It's a very beautiful film. So usually when I watch a movie, I learn something, one or two things, apart from being entertained. The movie is shot in 4:3 aspect ratio. We both know that this is a very old aspect ratio from old cinemas. The film that we fell in love with, most of them are shot in 4:3. So the director, to take that courage to employ that technique, it really reminded me of this nostalgic era of old cinema, you know. I'm not so good in telling stories that happen in movies. I end up spoiling it. But it felt so good watching this character feeding the flame. Like everything, it's meant to be that way. If you saw the trailer or the poster of the film, the main character is huge and big. So at some point, I was satisfied watching this character fitting the frame properly. Instead, if he was using the 16:9 widescreen, the character will disappear in between the flame. But the 4:3 really embraced the story. And I read somewhere on the internet that the director said he made this choice for the story. And it made me smile that sometimes, even though it's so difficult for people to understand what you are trying to do with cinema or with whatever you are shooting, sometimes you can have doubts. Even on set, some people will not show you that they are impressed with what you're doing, but at the end of the day, the story belongs to audience, you know what I mean? So many times we are trying to do film for filmmakers, and that's where we make mistakes. The director said that he had some backlash with the studio on the idea of shooting 4:3. And of course, it makes sense. Well, people doesn't like new things. When you are creative and you try to do new things, people doesn't understand it. They ask themselves why. They doubt you. Are you even qualified to do these things differently? And until it's done, and people appreciate it. So it's upon ourselves to take a risk and be bold and do what we think we want it to be as a filmmakers, as storytellers. I think every time you are on set is like your chance. You should do whatever you want. You should embrace it, you know. That's my opinion. You probably will say, why this guy like to film in the parks and in the nature? I'm from Africa, my friend. I was born in nature. It inspires me when I see trees and vegetation, this type of things. I live in Catalonia, but it's a bit dry, but can't complain. This is the only thing I could find. It's the tallest tree. Did you watch The Whale? If not, I recommend it. And if you did, tell us, what's the things that you also noticed and like in the film? Please comment below and don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate your comments and everything. Guys, thank you so much. I'm alone here in the bushes and there's a lot of insects and mosquitoes and I'm also afraid. It's look creepy.